Chris Vermeulen told Kitco News that stocks show selling signs, and while Bitcoin has some more upside left in this bounce, he expects major resistance at the $50,000 level. For those reasons, Vermeulen is 100% allocated into cash right now. He said that at this point, Bitcoin is a dead cat bounce now. There's such a big drop in Bitcoin that this could be a pretty big dead cat bounce. But overall, when we look at the price action, how Bitcoin is moved where it is within an overall kind of stock market or asset cycle, it's going to be out of favor for quite a while. We might actually see it be dormant for a year or two from this point going forward. So there's upside potential, still maybe get back up to that 50,000 marks from where we are, but overall, the wind is being taken out of the sails and it's gonna be quite a battle from this point forward. Chris says that what's really interesting is when you start a new bull market, you get these explosive rallies, pauses, and continuation moves when you start a new major uptrend. The same happens when you start a new major downtrend. You get massive collapses in price and then you get a dead cat bounce, a denial or anxiety kind of bounce of play. This news just hit about cryptos in Asia. You are not allowed to trade them, own them, even get rid of them. You can't even close your positions. That's an early move. There's a lot of money over there that will get what you want out of the cryptos potentially, and that money is going to go somewhere. Obviously, China is big with gold. We saw gold do fairly well considering the bloodbath in the market. So all these things, there's when money comes out of somewhere. It's got to go somewhere else. The government was partly to blame for Bitcoin's move downwards. Optimism is very similar to a kind of denial in a way. You are still really just hoping and holding on. You have been through the roller coaster. It's been a nightmare. It's years and years later. Your money is still underwater. You are just hoping it's gonna come back, but people start to get more excited because the price is holding up. So people are a little more inclined to start putting a bit more money back into the stock market, and then when it starts to take off, people start to pile in. It becomes a thrill and then everyone does it. It's like the mainstream media, and then eventually big money or something happens, some type of event that crushes the price, takes the wind out of the sails, and then people don't believe it. People are still in by the every dip mode and eventually they get caught at the anxiety denial phase. Then they eventually probably panic and give up on it. Somewhere through this basing formation, they are like, this is dead money, get me out. And then the whole cycle starts again without them. So it's a pretty painful cycle that most investors and traders go through. The stock market is in still a quite different cycle. The S&P 500 here is holding up. Overall, the stock market, it's lost a lot of wind out of its sails as well. We are seeing half of the sectors they are in a downtrend. If you look at the Nasdaq, even it's been kind of much more bearish in terms of big chopness. The stock market is in a risk off mode. You don't really want to be in stocks right now. Everything is turning bearish. We are seeing gold, utilities, and bonds are holding up fairly well. They are doing better than the stock market in some regards. And when that's happening, that means big money is definitely moving out of the stock market and they are moving to these defensive plays. Now Chris says that you want to be along with the best performing sectors. We try to get in the best assets now. They outperform. When they turn red, that means the market's unfavorable. It could collapse or it could go dormant for a while and there's no point in holding on to it. When it's red, we are more or less in cash and you don't really want to short a market here. You get one of these big market corrections. They are very rare. If you can short it, you have made money. When by the time the trend technically turns down, there's only 1 or 2 days that it actually falls lower. In most cases, it just trades sideways and goes out of favor and then eventually goes higher. So you could try to short it, but the odds are it's going to be a 1-day move and then you are just going to be holding through a roller coaster. You are probably going to get out for a small loss and then you got to get long again. Happens over and over again. You don't really get a follow through. There's not enough downside in a bull market to try to short it. Unless you are trying to pick tops, then there's some room for it to collapse. When you finally do get a downtrend, you will be lucky if you get out at break even and get some of your money back. Sometimes when it collapses like this, you can take advantage of other players like the bond market. When the stock market collapsed, we actually moved to bonds. They give a buy signal. Bonds rally 20%. When the stock market goes red and unfavorable, bonds typically rally, and that's where we can move our money to it. And when we go to today's price action to take a look at where we are, this market, even though it's rallying today and people are feeling good, it's not looking so good from a technical standpoint. Chris adds up that we actually on the S&P 500 are getting a sell signal saying this rally has got a high probability of trading sideways for 1 or 2 weeks or even a couple of months or potentially collapsing a lot lower. So all these things got to be taken into account. The stock market is kind of walking this fine line of going into a much deeper correction. There's potential for about a 15% downside move in the S&P 500, but you got it. We are not taking a stab at it because the odds are it will just be some choppy sideways noise. It hurts a lot when you miss out on a rally, but it feels so good to be in cash when the markets are chopping around and collapsing. The thing is, sometimes we get out a little low. We have to buy back in a little higher. But the thing is, if the market does collapse like it did in pandemic and many other times in the past, we are back in cash you save. You will be a lot further ahead by simply moving to cash when the market's not favorable. Buying back in at a later price even if the price is higher, because then you are getting online with the trend again and you can ride. Those trends typically last a while. The key is not just jumping into any stock, it's finding those market leaders, the best assets now. It's tough game trading. It's all about position management, understanding the trends, and knowing where to be in and when to exit. So guys, let me tell in the comment section below. What do you think? Will you hold upon cash as Chris says, or you have some different thoughts? Then share it with us in the comment section below. Like this video, subscribe to this channel for more such amazing videos, and tell us on which topic should I make my next video.